Hello everybody and welcome to today's video where I'm going to be sharing with you part one of a 3-part series all about your communication, the power of how you speak. Today's video is all about self-communication. And you might be thinking, what do you mean talking to myself? Am I crazy? Am I mad? Just having conversations with myself? I mean your inner voice. That little voice inside of your head. Say hello, not out loud, but say hello. That voice is chattering away to us all day long. And what most people don't realize is actually that voice is designed to keep you safe. It's designed to protect you. And therefore, more often than not, we end up being in this comfort zone, or what we think is a comfort zone, but actually I quite like to call it the uncomfort zone, because most of the time, people aren't truly happy in their comfort zone. They're not living every day with that inner peace and fulfillment and enjoying life as they could. And that's exactly what I'm going to be sharing with you on this 3-part series. But for today's video, all about how you communicate with yourself and the language that you're using. But first of all, here is a quick intro. Welcome back. So as I say, 3-part series all about your communication. Tony Robbins, I don't know how many of you know Tony Robbins, the #1 godfather of personal development, motivation, but also life and business strategy. And he shares that the quality of your communication will determine the quality of your life. And I've come to see that that's very true. So as I say, today's video is the first part, and this is all about how you speak to yourself. Because what a lot of people don't realize is what you tell yourself, you believe. It is fact. There's no true or false, there's no right or wrong. And more often than not, what we don't realize is the power of the language that we are using. So for example, when we think we don't have much confidence, I'm not confident, I can't do that. And Henry Ford shares that whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're right. But some of you are like, okay, good one, Harriet, but what do you really mean by that? Well, your subconscious mind, and those of you that watch these videos regularly, you will have heard this so many times, but my question is, are you truly listening and having that awareness and programming how you speak to yourself and the language that you use? For those of you that don't usually watch this channel, say hello! Where are you tuning in from? But for you guys, just to make you aware that whatever we say to our subconscious mind, so i.e. that little voice that's chattering away to us, when it's speaking, our subconscious just hears fact. It doesn't decide like, oh no, that's not true, you can do this, really, go for it. It just says, okay, no, we can't do that. And it accepts whatever you say as fact. Now, something kind of crazy, by the way, check out this, this is my home village. It's really beautiful to be back here. I'm gonna go see my parents. It's my dad's birthday today, in fact. So I'm gonna go see my parents, so I'm out on an old dog walk that we always used to do. And before this, we just went to a pasty shop. And by the way, if you don't know, I'm Cornish, and Cornish love a good pasty, guess on. So I was in the pasty shop, and suddenly out of nowhere, this woman came and she's, hurry up, brah. And I realized I hadn't seen her in a few years, and it was a really beautiful moment. And by the way, you never know what impact you're making. You never know what one video, what a post, what a message of inspiration or support can do for somebody. Because in that pasty shop just a moment ago, a lady turned around and said, actually, from watching one of your videos, I was in a place where I didn't even know if I wanted to be here anymore. I didn't really know if I wanted to exist. And watching your videos gave me that strength and started to help me understand that I can take charge of it. And that was just the power of video and being able to, we were actually speaking about confidence and building that strength and confidence. And the reason that I'm sharing this with you on this video is because it's directly related to how we speak to ourselves. You see, our external world is a reflection of how we feel in here. And what I noticed when she was speaking with me was the use of language around, I can't do that, I couldn't do that, I wouldn't be able to. But also another girl came and joined the conversation, and they started talking about mental health. Now, I have to be very careful how I say this so that it doesn't get taken out of context, because do I believe that there's a lot of people that would benefit massively from a lot of support? Yes, 100%. But again, I'm very passionate about your language and how you're communicating. I've come to understand that it is the quality of your life. And I see that by using the word mental health, people are labeling themselves as having a problem, as that there is something deeply wrong. And what I like to sort of almost reframe that with is, like, let's be pro-happiness, or let's be positive health, or, you know, what is the outcome? What's the support and the aid with people that sometimes struggle inside of their minds, which, by the way, is pretty much everybody. Instead of feeling like, oh, I have mental health issues, feel, oh, I'm human, I'm existing, and I have a variety of emotions inside of my mind, which I'm working on understanding how to improve and how to deal with this. My beautiful husband, this has happened before. He's lost the flip-flop on the walk. We're back in business. So